It's dark outside, but it's light in here. Chanuka, Chanuka.
Happy Chanuka, Chanuka Sameach. It is the first night of Chanuka, and I have a question for you guys. You see, there are two holidays, two yontifs during the year that are midrabanan, that are rabbinic. They're not from the Torah. In fact, they remember stories that only happened after we got the Torah, and they are Chanuka and Purim. And the Gemara notes that one of the differences between Chanuka and Purim is that on Chanuka, for all 8 days, each morning when we daven, right after Shemona Esrei, we say Hallel. But on Purim, we don't. And the Gemara in Megillah asks, why don't we? Shouldn't we also be saying Hallel to thank Hashem, to praise Hashem for the great miracles of the Purim story, for Hashem saving us from the wicked Haman? Why is it that we say Hallel on Chanukah, but we don't say Hallel on Purim? And the Gemara gives 3 different answers. The second answer that the Gemara gives is that even though on Purim there's no Hallel, but there is something else special. There is reading the Megillah. And Kriyas HaMegillah counts as Hallel on Purim. So even though we don't say the regular Hallel, we do something else in its place. In fact, the Meiri, one of the Rishonim, says that if one Purim you find yourself lost somewhere and you don't have a Megillah to read the Megillah, God forbid, you should say Hallel. Because the only reason we don't say Hallel is because we do have Megillah, according to that reason. The third reason that the Gemara gives is that the Purim story doesn't have quite the same happy ending as the Chanukah story. See, at the end of the Chanukah story, after we defeated Antiochus and the wicked Greeks, we went back to the Beis HaMikdash and we lit the menorah again, and everything, Baruch Hashem, is great. At the end of the Purim story, it was an amazing miracle that we survived, that we destroyed Haman and many of the wicked Persians, but not much had changed. We didn't return to Eretz Yisrael, we didn't return to the Beis HaMikdash. The Gemara says, Akati avde Achashverosh anan. We were still subjects of Achashverosh. We still didn't gain our independence. So as great as the Purim miracle is, it's not quite on the level of Hanukkah. But the answer that I wanted to really share with you tonight is the Gemara's first answer. The Gemara says, the first answer the Gemara gives, as to why we say Hallel on Hanukkah but not on Purim, is because as great as the Purim miracle and story was, it happened outside of Eretz Yisrael. And we only say Hallel on special miracles that happened not just to the Jewish people anywhere, but to the Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael. One of the celebrations, one of the simchas, one of the reasons that we are so extra super duper happy for 8 days on Hanukkah is because it was a miracle that Hashem did for us in Eretz Yisrael. And Baruch Hashem, Vayamim Ahim Bazman Hazeh, in those days and today, we still see in our generation many amazing miracles that Hashem does for the Jewish people, not just everywhere, yes, that too, but also and especially in Eretz Yisrael. And we daven that Hashem should continue to do all of those miracles and so many more. And this Chanukah we're going to try every day as we sit in front of the Neiros Chanukah to think about and to remember and to share some Divrei Torah connected to the Jewish people, to Bnei Yisrael, and specifically to our beloved homeland, our country, Eretz Yisrael, that Hashem should protect and that only good things should happen there. So we wish you all around the world, in Eretz Yisrael and in Northbrook, Illinois, Chanuka Sameach! Happy Chanukah! Freilichen Chanukah! Alichtika Chanukah! Happy Chanukah, everybody! Have a great first night of Chanukah!